Well, hello everybody. You know how it drives me nuts that pretty much Americans speak differently to us sometimes? Like, it doesn't always piss me off. I kind of accept that they do. Like, they say chips instead of crisps, French fries instead of chips, sidewalk instead of pavement, mom instead of mum, vacation instead of holiday, and well, cookies and biscuits are two different things, so I'm not even going to say they say cookies instead of biscuits because they're two different things as far as I'm concerned. Cookies have chocolate chips in them and are thicker. Biscuits are thinner and usually can be in different shapes like squares and rectangles and other shapes and stuff. Cookies are a certain thing, like they're a specific thing. So yeah, anyway, so I never correct them, right? If I kind of want to. If Americans say so, oh, they say anyways instead of anyway for some reason. I mean, that's just bad spelling, rather than that's just their way of, like a different word for something that we say. Oh, they say jello instead of jelly, and they call jam jelly, and stuff like that. I have no idea because they actually do have jam, because I've said jams and jelly. So I'm like, what's jam to you then? What's jam to you if usually you call jam jelly? So what the fuck is it? What else? There was another one as well that was kind of confusing. Biscuits. Oh, they do actually have biscuits, but it's different from our biscuits. Instead of it being a sweet, crumbly treat, it's actually, I think it's made of meat, and they have it with gravy. I don't know, it's an actual like food rather than a little snack, little snack or the sweet. Anyway, yeah. So I don't correct them when they say something different, like if they said vacation, like this woman in the video clip that you hear at the bottom right hand corner here. This is what triggered me to make this video and go on this bit of a rant. She's Russian, I think. She sounds Russian. Okay. And she's obviously learned English from American English because she said vacation instead of holiday. So it kind of pisses me off that everybody uses American English as if that's the number one English. It drives me nuts. Okay, Americans have their own language, fair enough. They have their own version of English, okay? I would never correct Americans. But guess what? They have absolutely no qualms about correcting us. As you can see from this comment right above here, a British person said, imagine eating a packet of crisps. Now in the video they said chips, because obviously the people, like every YouTuber on the planet seems to be American. So in this video they say chips, but the person here put crisps because he's obviously British, so he said crisps. And you know what, there's quite a few Americans who have corrected him and put just a comment, literally just saying chips with a asterisk. I'll show you. There we go. So someone here put like crisps, like what's that? Well, if more people spoke English instead of American English, people would know the British terms for things. But I don't know how it's happened, but somehow American English has become like the main version of English. It's really annoying. And it's like, well, I've kind of put up with it. I've wanted to correct some people when they've said American English, but I've refrained from it because I know it's going to be an unpopular opinion because everybody's Americanized. But when I see people actually correcting British people, there's one there, right there. Architecture. Chips, not crisps. As you can see, I put a thumbs down to it. It's just really annoying. Somebody here has actually, explained it. Crisps in British for chips. Edit and fries in the UK are called chips. But there's been quite a few comments here that have corrected the commenter, saying it's chips. And here's one that says, one of these days we'll teach those Brits to speak proper English. As for this case, it's weird that eating an unhealthy food, experts in the... Okay, who cares? Crisps, I'll say we went instead. Then doing it instead of eating healthy food for the rest of your life. Chips are health food now. Here's another one. Chips and mom, not mum. And they've got 15 likes. Crisps in England. There is something to be said for food there. Okay, I'm just going to read a few. Here's another one. Crisps. What the fuck is a crisp? You mean a chip? Okay, I'm going to put a thumbs down to that. Crisps are what chips are called by the British. It's really annoying that a lot of American people are either crisps, you mean chips? Or it's chips, not crisps. Like, there's quite a few that are getting all funny about it. American English, best English, crisps be damned. That is terrible. How come nobody's getting offended by this? I get offended that everyone's become Americanized. But when someone uses, like an actual British person uses British English and the Americans are actually getting offended, that actually blows my mind. This is actually boiling my blood right now. Clearly the right choice to enjoy. Chips! A bag of chips! There's another one. Right, thumbs down. Thank you for this packet of crisps. Honestly, I can't believe there's so many people correcting a British person. Say the American version. Why should we talk like Americans when we have our own version? If it should be any way round, it should be the Americans. They should be the ones being corrected to speak proper English, and it's crisps. I don't have to imagine it. Just eat one of those giant Shio. Just shut up. Shut up. Just shut up. They're really annoying. They're called crisps in British and other forms of English. Chips are French fries. Fish and chips. I'm American and I know this because I read and travel. You should try it sometime. Thank you. How come nobody's getting offended about the fact that Americans are getting so uppity about a British person using British English? Like, that is absolutely crazy. But if we got on their case about how they speak English wrong, everyone would be so offended. Not just them themselves, but people on their behalf. As a professional American English hater, I agree. Crisps is just... Oh. No, it's not. Like, fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you as well. Sorry, I'm still confused. It was okay. I was about to agree with that person until I read the rest of it. Not sure if we were happy with the... invented the language. We invented the language. You are the one who speaks it wrong. Thank you. I'm assuming that's a British person. Nothing wrong with vegetables for breakfast. Sounds like you have... Sorry, I'm just reading through, trying to find the annoying one. And a chip is more of a steak for a larger, chunkier. Could be interesting. Less crisp is my limited experience. But we do have chips as well, but it's a separate thing. So I'm assuming that's what that person's saying. Not for the dead person. Don't tell me what to imagine. Maybe I should eat these. Clean people and healthy. We'll get to mine as well. You're really hung up on proper English when today's English would probably look ridiculous to someone who spoke and wrote Old English. It's the evolution of language. Get used to it. What? American English isn't an evolved version of English, if that's what you're trying to say. It's more the other way round, more primitive. You probably should eat leftover chips from a bag opened days ago, though. Okay, going on about that. Bo-oh-woe, don't know what that means. I'm sure... British for chips. There's another one correcting them by Dillamac. So I don't feel so bad about wanting to correct people when they speak American English now that everybody is pretty much giving this person a hard time for saying crisps. Bro calls them crisps. And then with skull emoticons. My god, that's so last week. Imagine calling Americans devolved and then losing to them. Yeah, devolved. That's a good word. They're not evolved, they're devolved. Did you really call chips crisps? Seriously? Why is everybody, like, what's the word, like, discriminating against this person's version of English? They're British. This is proper English. I don't know. I don't know if this is anything to do with... They call sweaters jumpers, which never made any fucking sense to me. North America, we say dessert and after dinner sweet. In England, they call any dessert pudding. We say cookies in North America. In England, they call them biscuits. Not true, they're two different things. In some countries, they say St. Nicholas. In England, they say Father Christmas. No, they say Santa. In America, we say Father Christmas. In North America, they say Santa Claus. We push kids in a stroller. In England, it's a pram. We say camping trailer. In England, they call them caravans. Hey, I didn't know that one. We say goodbye, they say cheers. No, cheers means thank you, actually, fuck that. We say girl in Scotland, it's lass or lassie. It could go on. I hope this has been help to you. You are either young, say teenager, and not too bright, or you live in some hick town in southern US and represent yet another failure of the American education system. Either way, cheerio. Okay, I don't know which one that person was, but hopefully I'll have a look in a bit. Of course, the dude that calls chips crisps has a dumb take. Oh, fuck you, Dooms fanboy. Thumbs down to you. Americans say chips, but if you live in placed like UK, it's crisps. Another correction, fuck you. I didn't even see there's so many of them. Expiration dates. Jesus, all of you are more focused on the language of the comment rather than the topic. Yeah, fuck you. I've put a thumbs up to that, as you can see. No, crisps just sounds wrong. And they call fries chips, so sheesh. Fuck you. English surpasses you, clearly. How about I keep it simple? I made a joke about English defeated by basically everyone over the ages. We owned countries. We had an empire. Fuck you. Stop going on about it. Stop going on about, oh, we're better than the English because everyone's defeated them. No, they're not. Only in your minds. Hence how the language is formed. It's a mix of EU languages. I proceed to joke that Americans then took it and made it worse. Yes, they did. How was your retort of repeating what I just said a flex? This is a rhetorical question. I'm just sick of people, like, having a go at British people for fucking everything. Like, fuck you. If you like a flex, how about the British ruled over 25% of the world for about as long as the American history existed? We can all year by year. Hey, I read this bit. I didn't read the rest of it, but I just read this bit. Correct your saying of crisps versus chips. I don't really know what their point is, but yeah. Another great feat only British are capable of is having some of the worst food and complaining about the weather. No, we don't have the worst food, dude. I've seen American food. It looks like puke on puke with a side of puke. Cheese on cheese with a side of puke. Confirmed ice cream and health option food. Actually, I'm gonna... I've seen American food. It's disgusting. And the burgers, it's like all this gross stuff. Like I can't even describe what it is. I'm sick of people having a go at British food, British weather, the way we speak. All these arrogant Americans coming at us, correcting our grammar, our spelling, our words, our English, and going on about all this stuff. Let's see. Yeah. They're so arrogant. They're always showing the flags everywhere. They seem to be very proud to be American for some reason. But we're not allowed to be proud to be British. We're not allowed to speak British English and say British words without them coming after us and saying, America is the greatest country ever. It's so annoying. It's like, grow up. Stop being such a freaking child. They're just being childish. Fighting with another English style. I could watch you guys fight for years while eating Walker's crisps and looking at you guys. Carrot suggested another wild ride. I don't see anybody having arguments about American English being wrong. You potato, why do you people just say crisps? Are you eating Pringles for breakfast? Okay, I think they have left. It's not broken or simplistic, it's different. Well, it's different, but again, what I have a problem with is the fact that they're correcting us, but they're acting like we're having to go at American English here. Like it's broken or simplistic. It's like, well, if you're going to come at us saying that our English is wrong, then we're going to come at us with a retort, aren't we? So fuck you, Sister Sludge. Because of this case, the last surviving person. It doesn't mean chips in the UK, it's just the right word. Yours is chips in the US, more like. Aliens is truly a masterpiece. Crisps is correct. Thank you. Finally, somebody's on our side. Jeez. But yeah, I'm always correcting you, especially British YouTubers when they say things like anyways and other American fucking. I mean, that is incorrect. There's no such word as anyways. It's anyway. There's no S on anyways. The only time there's an S is if it's always. Always has an S on the end. As in all ways, because it is plural. I'm trying to find mine now, by the way. Okay, here we go. I've said quite a few. And the reason why I said quite a few is because it kept deleting my replies, so I had to keep posting and posting. So this is an elaborate crisp commercial. I got 0 likes, of course. So did everyone else, whoop! We won't speak about how English is from England and how Americans are trying to teach the English to speak. I've noticed it didn't put my comment, though, that I put. See what I mean? You saw me type that reply, didn't you? And it's not posted it. This is an example of what happens with YouTube and they need to sort it out. Of course, I forgot to copy and paste it, so now I've got to type it all over again. But first I'm going to have to try and find the person who put the comment in the first place now. Sorry, reply. Because it's not a comment, it's a reply. So now I've got to go back up here and find that person who was going on about how bad British food is. So this could take a while, so I'm going to just stop. Ugh, shut up. None of these have had likes anyway, so I guess I can't feel too bad. Both the correct chips is used in the US. Crisps is used in the UK. Well, I mean, I guess. So this person's put quite a lot of replies to people. They're called crisps in English, chips to us. Crisps and mum are what we say in the UK. They're crisps because they're crispy. Because they're crispy anyway, why should they be called chips? America is not the centre of, if you insist, of the universe. See, now they've just corrected themselves putting centre. They shouldn't have done that. They should have just stuck with centra. Centra, you know, our version of the spelling. They're not correct. Don't worry. Right, we're going to select all, copy. It keeps saying reply is added, but then it won't.